Okay, so today we're going to talk about applying percents or using percents. We've been discussing what a percent is and also how to find a percent of a whole, a part of a whole. Now we're going to talk about how you actually find percents in real world situations. In order to really understand this, you need to understand the vocabulary. The first one that I want to discuss is discount. A discount is simply a percentage of purchased items that is taken off the sale price. Taken off being the key words in this definition. Discount is something that you will take off or subtract. The next key word that we need to discuss, discount price. That is the amount paid after a percentage is removed from the sale price. Again, the key word removed, which means subtraction mathematically. The next vocabulary term, tax, which is a percentage of purchased items that is added on to the sale price. Keywords here, added on. So unlike discount, sales tax is going to be something that you add on to the sale price. Next, tip. This is a percentage earned for services provided. A lot of times you may hear of a waiter or waitress receiving a tip. Sometimes hairdressers or barbers also receive a tip. Any occupation that involves providing a service is one that works for tips. Okay, another key term or vocabulary word, commission. This is a percentage of money that a salesperson receives after making a sale. So the key words here, receives after making a sale. Unlike a tip where you will get a service, a commission is when someone has actually purchased some item, such as a home or a car. Next and final vocabulary term, interest. Interest is an amount that is collected or paid for the use of money or borrowing money. Now we're going to work some example problems out. The first, let's read together. Hollister is having a sale for a limited time only. Selected styles of sweatshirts are on sale for 40% off. If the sweatshirt's original price is $55, how much is the discount amount? Finally, how much is the discount price? A lot of key words in this question. First, we have to find the discount amount. After we have found the discount amount, they're going to ask us to find the discount price. Well, in order to pull out that information, we need to focus on the two important pieces of information given to us. First, the discount rate. The store is offering a 40% off sale. So 40% is your discount rate. Second, the whole amount of the sweatshirt, which was $55. So we're going to use these pieces of information to answer the two questions. First, we're going to find our discount amount. And in order to find the discount amount, you're going to take the rate of the discount. In this case, it was 40% off. And times that by the whole amount of the sweatshirt. Now, we've talked about how to find part of a whole by hand and with a calculator. So this should not be anything new. 40% of the $55 turns out to be $22. What that means is that this is the amount that you would save if you were to purchase the sweatshirt. Now, the next question, the discount price. In order to find the discount price, you will take the total amount of the sweatshirt, subtract the amount that you're going to save, and you'll see that you're left with a price of $33. Next question, the PSP Unlimited Bundle at Walmart is $119. What is the total cost, including 6% sales tax? Again, some very important information in this problem. First, the vocabulary term, the sales tax. The sales tax looks to be at a rate of 6%. So what we're going to do is find how much tax we would pay for an item that is priced at $119. So let's come over here and work out the problem. In order to find the tax amount, we need to find 6% of the total cost. Or we need to find the percent or part of that whole. Again, there's different ways to do this. Either way, you'll be left with $7.14. Now again, this is not the amount that you're going to pay for your PSP. This is simply the tax amount. In order to figure out the total cost, we would take the tax amount and add that to the price of the PSP. When you do that, you'll see that the total cost would be $126.14. This would be your total cost. Next, 3 friends go to Applebee's for dinner. They each order the bacon cheddar cheeseburger. They decide to leave the waiter a 20% tip. How much tip did the group of friends leave for the waiter? A lot of important vocabulary in here as well. The major one, tip. We know that the tip, the part that they want to leave for their service, is 20%. The problem is we do not know the whole. We need to figure out how much the whole bill came to be. What we know is that 3 friends went out for dinner and they each ordered this burger that's originally priced for $8.59. So what we're going to do for our purposes is first round that total of $8.59, and we're going to round that total to be about $9. So one friend's meal was $9, which is great, but there were 3 friends at dinner. So we're going to times that by 3 to get the total amount. So we know that our tip was 20% of the bill. In math, we've learned that the word of means to multiply. So when you take the total bill and times it by the rate, the tip rate, you will get $5.40. And this is the amount of tip that the 3 friends left for the waiter. What is the total amount of interest paid on a loan that is $1,500 with an interest rate of 4.75%, and the time is 4 years? So in order to figure out the actual amount of interest that you have to pay, you need to first of all pull out the important information in the problem. One of them being the actual principal amount. Principal just means how much you actually borrowed or loaned, depending on the situation. Next, the actual interest percent rate. Your interest rate was 4.75%. Last, how much time you plan to spend repaying this loan or getting the money from this loan. Again, depending on what side of the desk you're sitting at. Okay? So now what we're going to do is use something called the interest formula to calculate the total interest amount. The interest formula simply states that you can calculate interest by taking the principal amount, timesing it by the interest rate, and then timesing that by how much time it takes you to repay the loan. Again, these are just variables that we've worked with throughout the year. So let's substitute our variables with what we know. What we know is how much time we intend to spend repaying this loan, and that time was 4 years. We also know the rate of this loan, which was 4.75%. We also know how much we intend to borrow or loan, which was $1,500. What we're trying to figure out is the amount of interest we have to pay for borrowing this amount of money. Again, you can put this in your calculator and you'll see that your interest, the amount that you're going to pay for borrowing $1,500, would be $285.